Okay, so I'll show you how to lay these squares out. These are the 13 squares for the granny square bag, the daisy granny square bag. So I've got 13 squares. So I'll show you what the bag finished will look like. So you put your squares down like this. These are the wrong side up. So they go like that. And then you put your right side up on top. And then you have 3 remaining that get folded in half, and they will sit just like this on your bag. So that's the shape of your bag finished. Now I'm going to show you how to lay them out to sew them together. So this is the desired shape you want, and then to sew them together, I'll show you how I sew them together. So I'll take these 4. That is the right shape for the bottom of the bag. And then I want to do the same with these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again I have these ones. This one will go here, and when you fold your bag up like that, this one will be folded, but at the moment you lay it flat. And these 2 here will also be folded and will join over here. So these 2 will fold and you'll join them in between here once you fold the bag up. So to start with, I'm going to sew this half of the bag together. I'm going to start with these 2 here, and I will show you how I sew these 2 together, and then that will just simply be the same way that you will sew the rest together. So I'm not going to show you me sewing everything together. I'll show you how to join these 2. I'm actually joining mine with a needle and thread. It's just the look that I prefer. You can sew them together with your crochet hook if you want. You can do a slip stitch. Just going to zoom in to show you. So I've threaded my needle. You can sew them together with your crochet hook and doing a single crochet or however you like, but this is the way that I want to do it. I've got my right sides facing. I'm just going to move these so they're out of the shot and you can see a bit better. I've got the right sides facing of these 2 squares, and I'm going to join them in the corner, and I want to sew into the back loop only. So of your corner we had 3 stitches, so you want to find, here's your 1, here's your 2, here's your 3. So you want to put it in the back loop only, which is these ones, and again my corner is 1, 2, 3. There's my middle stitch. Just going to pull the yarn through there and sandwich them together, sew them together. Sorry, I'm going to do that twice, just in the same stitch, just for this one only, just so it's nice and secure at the beginning. And then hold that tail in there nice and tight. And then I'm going in, if you look at my, along here, I'll show you. So here's a stitch. This is your front loop, this is your back loop. So when you're going in, you're only going into the back loop only, just to give it a nicer, flatter finish. So into the back loop of each stitch evenly, all the way along. And your granny squares should be all the same size. So you should have the same amount of stitches on each square. Just let me pull that out of the way. That's gone through accidentally. And then I'm going to keep going back loop only. This navy blue is potentially not the easiest colour to see, and was potentially a poor choice. I apologize. It's just that I had this yarn to make my squares in already, and I do like the color. Once it's finished, it's just potentially not the easiest color to see on camera. So you can see I'm going all the way down here, just going in my back loop only. I'll keep going on this one. And there's loads of different ways you can sew granny squares together. I'm just doing this bag in this pattern. Normally I do a, just sew them together with a single crochet, but I actually decided I wanted a flat join and I didn't want my bag to be any wider. I actually wanted this to be a normal sized bag. I tend to make larger bags, and then once you've got a larger bag, you then fill that larger bag, and that larger bag then becomes heavy to carry. So I'm trying to keep this on a sort of normal size so that it doesn't have that issue when I'm using it. I want it to be practical, not jumbo size. I'm just going to go through there. I've actually got my needle on the wrong side of the thread there, so just ignore that. Got to make sure I hold it back here when I go into my back loops only. Put that on that side, then I won't be in the wrong side. Probably didn't need to make this thread quite as long as what I have made it either, but I will continue to use this for the next part of sewing together as well, so it's not going to be wasted. Just a little bit long when you start. Apologies if you can hear my husband talking outside with his cousin. It's a bit loud, sorry about that. And then I'm going into this one, and I've got one more stitch to finish in my corner after this. So again, I'm into my corner. I want to finish in that middle stitch, and then I'll turn this over and show you what it looks like. And then I will pause the video and continue to sew them all together. Oh dear, I've now got a knot right at the end. It's because I had the yarn probably a bit too long. Let's just twist it up. Sorry, goodness me. All right, look, I'm gonna have to cut that out. That's very annoying. I've now pulled it too tight and cannot undo the knot. All right, just ignore that part. I'll fix that up off camera. But you can see the join on here. Now it gives me a nice little ridge here, which, well, not a ridge, sorry, it gives me a nice little flat valley there, so you can see my two separate squares, and then that's the only extra length it gives me in my bag join, and it's sitting nice and flat. I will continue sewing the rest of them together in this formation, down, 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 and then I will come this way. So I will go all one way here on each row, and then I will come back and join them this way. And I'll show you once I've got them all joined how to fold it and do the finishing edges. These are the next three that I'm going to join in the sequence. I just thought I'd better explain this a bit more. So I'm going to join up here, and as I go on my corners, I'm going to diagonally join them as well. So I'm going to put these together like that and sew along here, And then just when I get to this one, I'm just going to join it diagonally to that corner, just so you can see what I'm doing. So they will go together, sandwich them together and sew along there like that. Okay, so as you can see, I've sewn my bag together. It's the wrong way out. I'm going to turn it the right way out now, and you will see what she looks like. Quite happy with how it's turned out. Now I need to sew in all the ends. This is where the bag opens, so I am going to, off camera, I'm going to crochet around here, here on both sides, like separately, obviously, to keep it open. I will do a couple of rows of half double crochet, probably starting here all the way around. So around, and like 2 or 3 times probably. And then I will do a handle from here to here. I will crochet the handle probably in a single crochet stitch very tightly with a smaller hook, just to make sure that the strap is tight and doesn't have much stretch in it. I don't particularly want it to have a lot of stretch in it because it will just ruin when you put stuff in it that's heavy. So I'm quite happy with the size of it. You can see the size of the bag next to my scissors for scale. I think it's quite a good, a good medium-sized pouch bag. And as I go around here, I will come back and show you another video once that I have done that and done the handle. I'm also going to line it with fabric because that stops it from stretching too. And those that bought the kit will have the fabric to sew into it. And that's just personal preference how you do it. I will fold my fabric and show you in another video how to fold the fabric and where to stitch it. I just hand stitch mine. I'm not very good with a sewing machine. Maybe I can con my daughter into sewing it with her sewing machine for me if she has time. But I will go and make the handle and the crochet. Actually, I'll show you how to attach it now while we're on the video. Why not? We're here. So I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to start just here in this join. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to start here in the side of the bag. I'm going to put my hook into here with the right side of the work facing me. I'll attach the yarn with a slip knot. So pull that through, and then just, I want to hold that little knot at the back that I've made. Just going to pull that back through there nice and tight. Chain 1, and it's attached. And then I'm going to, I might do a half double crochet all the way around. So here you can see my stitches. This is where I'm half double crocheting all the way around. So I'm just going to go into there. Oops. I want to crochet over that tail as well. One less thing to sew in because there is a lot of tails on the inside of this that need sewing in. So I'm yarning over and going in and around. When I get to the top, I'll show you. Oh my goodness, too much going on here. All right, insert, pull up a loop. Just going to do this all the way around the bag. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to show you until I get to the top of the peak, which is a corner. Sorry, that's my dog barking. And the neighbor yelling at him for barking, if you heard that. That's funny. I'm just going into here. Now I'm at the top. I'm at the middle corner here. So I've got 1, 2, I'm just going to chain 1 and go back into that same stitch. So I've done a half double crochet, a chain 1 and a half double crochet, all in the top peak of that, just to help it stay square and to go around the corner and just make it look a bit neater. I will show you, and to keep it from curling in. So you can see I've gone around the edge from here. I'll keep going. Oops, that was not on camera, I beg your pardon. So I've started here and I've gone up. Here's my top. So I've done the double crochet, the half double crochet, chain 1, half double, all into that stitch, and then I'll come down, I'll join that across here and pull that in nicely, and then I'll do the same in the peak here of the half double, chain 1, half double, and the same on the back here. I'm going to go around and do a couple of rows of edging just to complete it nicely, and I'll come back and show you once I've done that.